The buckets the man was carrying smashed a hole into the ground because the combined weight of the two buckets in his hands was at least 30,000 pounds. Ever since the man came to the mountain, he had to carry water with these two buckets every day. Seeing the man's body shaking non-stop, the older brother beside him hurried forward to help support him. But when the buckets were set on the ground, they still cracked the ground with several fissures. Hearing the ridicule from his two older brothers, the man didn't care at all and simply took it as them joking. Until one day, the martial arts academy at the foot of the mountain began recruiting students again. The man finally told his two brothers about his dream, saying directly that he wanted to become a martial artist and now wanted to go down the mountain to join the martial arts competition. After hearing this, the older brother immediately wanted to tell him the truth, but was stopped by the second brother because he wanted to fulfill the man's wish, and then told the man to go back and get ready. Watching the man leave, the older brother could no longer endure the pain in his foot and hurriedly lifted his foot to check it. But his action made the second brother beside him suddenly confused, until he heard the older brother say that the buckets the man carried were forged from meteoric iron and weighed at least 30,000 pounds. The second brother finally realized that the man was a true martial arts genius. Thinking about the selection at the martial arts academy, the second brother couldn't help but feel pity for the participants because the final event of the competition was actual combat. In the afternoon, the man had just arrived at the foot of the mountain with his luggage when he saw a dark magician attacking a group of students about to take the martial arts exam. Seeing everyone lying on the ground, the man walked forward, confused, and asked what had happened. But as soon as he patted the dark magician on the shoulder, the magician spat out a mouthful of blood. The man, not understanding what had happened, but the next second, the dark magician's pupils filled with blood, and then he directly passed out. He hurried to find witnesses, but discovered that everyone had fainted. Thinking they had been drugged, he quickly covered his nose and left the place. But just as he left, the academy teacher who came to welcome the candidates arrived. Learning that they had been attacked by the dark magician, the teacher hurried forward to check their condition, but found that the dark magician on the ground had already been seriously injured by a single palm strike. Realizing that a true expert must have been here, the teacher quickly ordered people to search for the man's whereabouts, because he felt that if they could find such a master, their academy would surely rise to another level. But what he didn't know was that the person they were looking for was already on the way to the admissions competition. The next day, the martial arts admissions competition started on time, but just as the man arrived at the registration area, he saw his own son, so he immediately went up to greet him. But his ability was questioned by his son, who bluntly said the man was already over 40 and shouldn't even be here, then tried to drive him away. But the man refused to leave and seriously told his son that joining the martial arts academy was his dream and that whether he succeeded or not, he would still take the test. As soon as he finished speaking, the judge for this test appeared before everyone and led all the participants to the site of the first round of competition. When he saw the man, the judge widened his eyes in shock, unable to believe the man was this old and still came to take the exam. Thinking that he had never limited the contestants' ages, the judge worried the next batch might be even older, so he immediately had the qualifications changed and placed the man as the last to be tested. Only then did he begin announcing the test rules, and the content of the first round was for contestants to stand on the platform and strike the stone statue beside them with their full strength. The statue would automatically display the contestant's talent, and the higher the talent, the greater the energy wave displayed. As soon as he finished speaking, a contestant stepped onto the platform. Seeing the small light orb on the statue, the judge couldn't help but shake his head. When the man's son went up, the light orb finally began to grow. Seeing this, the man looked at his son with satisfaction, saying his son's talent was far greater than his own. But his words were mocked by a noble contestant. As if trying to prove himself, the contestant immediately stepped onto the platform and released his power. Seeing the much stronger light orb, the judge satisfiedly announced the contestant's result. Soon it was the man's turn to be tested. Those who had previously looked down on him saw the blinding golden light and were instantly stunned in place.